Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanas. This is episode 134, season 6. Today's date is May 31st, 2022, last day of May. And thank you for joining me today. Today I will talk about two electronic stores that were very prominent in the 1980s. The first one was Highland Superstores, and the other one was Fredder Electronics. And also, I'll do a recap of last week's post on Chicagoland. Right now at the program, we're going to a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Plymouth Volare. Oh, I remember this car very well. I'll talk a little bit about that after the commercial break. And this commercial is from 1976. Enjoy, everybody.
Comfort. In a big car, you expect it. But now you can find it in a new kind of small American car. Volare. Beautiful. With wide doors to make getting in more comfortable. The Volare four-door sedan. What a handsome car. There is more room than other small cars. The Volare wagon is truly unique, with 4 doors and the comfort of 26% more load space than any other small American wagon. 26%. All these Volares have a special suspension for a smooth, comfortable ride like a big car. Yet, they're not expensive. Volare. Plymouth Volare. The new small car with the accent on comfort.
This episode is brought to you by Google Gemini. With the Gemini app, you can talk live and have a real-time conversation with an AI assistant. It's great for all kinds of things, like if you want to practice for an upcoming interview, ask for advice on things to do in a new city, or brainstorm creative ideas. And by the way, this script was actually read by Gemini. Download the Gemini app for iOS and Android today. Must be 18 plus to use Gemini Live.
All right, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed a commercial for Plymouth Volare. That was from 1976. The man that it was speaking in the commercial, that was singer Sergio Franchi. I don't know, a lot of people remember him. He was very popular in the 60s. I've heard him sing. He's a wonderful singer. And he did a lot of variety shows like Ed Sullivan, and but he was a very big headliner in Las Vegas, and he was a very nice man, very supportive and very generous. He did a lot of charities. Also, he died in May 1st, 1990. He was 64 years old, very young. He had a brain tumor, which is a shame. He sang a little about Volare. Let me talk about the song and the car. But first, the car. The car was introduced in 1976, and it was also the same time that the Dodge Aspen was introduced. I remember that, those two cars. And I was about 12 years old, and I remember seeing them in my old neighborhood. And they looked very nice, inside very plush, comfortable. But they had problems. It was recalled many times, and it lasted for about 4 years, and so that was a shame. But I remember the commercials. They used to play that, primetime television, and then before that, they were introduced. There was the Plymouth Reliant and the Dodge Aries. I remember that, and. Anyway, the song Volare was sang, by Italian singer-songwriter. His name is Domenico Mondugno, and it was released as a single on February 1st, 1958. It's a beautiful song, and I have it on my Apple Music. Also, in 1960, Bobby Rydell recorded the song. That became very popular. He died this year. I'm very sad. Wonderful, talented singer. And so when you hear Volare, also Dean Martin sang this song. He really did. So that's interesting. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I said I was going to talk about Highland Superstores and Fredder Electronics. I will talk about those in a few minutes. I just want to give you a health update. I'm doing fine. Tomorrow afternoon, I will go see my urologist. He's going to discuss with me about my operation, which is next Thursday, to remove the kidney stone. So hopefully, and I'm doing okay. So hopefully I'll get that over with. But all right. And then I had a wonderful weekend. Memorial Day. I had a barbecue yesterday. I posted that photo. A lot of people love it. People want to come over and eat it. That's how it is. But it was quiet. I did my walking. Just relax. Wasn't too hot. I was doing fine. Okay. Right now, we'll talk about last week's post on Van Chicagoland. Here's the first one. I posted it was a long sleeve shirt from Weebles. It was permanent press, and it was from the 70s. And you remember how gaudy and colorful they were, but it looked pretty cool. And I posted that, and a lot of people remember it. Some people claimed they looked like pajamas. They did, but it weren't. It was a dress shirt. I used to wear a shirt like that when I was younger, and people were still talking about it. Isn't that funny? Also, I posted a photo about Dominic's. We missed that store very much. The one that was near my house in my old neighborhood was 71st and Pulaski. I applied my first job there, and I did not get the job. I remember the manager, he interviewed me. He had a cigarette, and he was a very nice man, but he seemed confident he wanted to hire me, but nothing. Believe it or not, my younger brother applied there, and he got the job, and he worked there for a while. He liked it there. Isn't that something? I always had bad luck. And then there were 2 deaths last week. There was actor Ray Liotta, famous for Goodfellas. I have to be honest, I'm not crazy about the movie, but I like the actor. I don't know. There's something about it I don't like, but a lot of people love it. But a lot of people yell at me, and I say, well, look, you can't like every movie, and you can't please everybody. So that's right. But he was a wonderful actor. I remember him on Another World, the soap opera. My mother used to watch that. And he did other movies. He died last week. He was 67. It was unexpected. That's a shame. He was marvelous. Also, another actor was Bo Hopkins. You remember him from The Getaway, American Graffiti, The Wild Bunch. He starred a lot of television, like The Rockford Files. And I remember him from Dynasty. He was there the first season. He was Matthew Blaisdell. And he came back a few years later, but he was a good actor. I wish he stayed. I like the character. But that's a shame. But he was wonderful. And I saw him in an episode of Andy Griffith Show in the late 60s. That was something. Also, I posted an ad for Magicus Carpet from 1976, and people still miss that. They missed that sign on the Dan Ryan, on the Kennedy, on the Eisenhower. Oh, beautiful sign. It's beautiful. And also last week, WGN Dan Rowan retired from the sports. He was there for 38 years. I remember, when he started, I was at DeVry Institute of Technology in second year. That's something. And he's a wonderful man. I wish him a lot of luck in his retirement. I watch him all the time. He was a good guy. He's a good guy. Also, I had a Creature Features ad. There were 2 movies. First one was called Calling Dr. Death. That starred Lon Chaney. That came out in 1945. I never saw the movie. The other one was Jungle Captive. That came out in 1943. But some people remembered these movies, And let's see. Also, let's see what else. Oh, last thing was I posted a menu from the Purple Cow restaurant that was located at 10409 Southwestern Avenue. That was there for many years, and people loved that place. They served food, but mostly they're famous for their ice cream. I never went there, but I was outside one time. You see, at one time, my mother's eye doctor was located on the corner of 104th and Western, and then he moved to Worth. I don't know if he's still there. And I remember seeing the Purple Cow on the roof. And my mom translated it in Greek For anyone who's Greek, and she called it mov ayalada. I'm gonna stop laughing. When I posted this menu, I found it recently. I told her about it, and she remembered. And I wish we went there to sample the ice cream. I heard it was good. Yeah, it's a shame. But we have Rainbow and Cone. That's still there. Thank God for that. Okay. All right. So right now I'm going to talk about Highland Superstores and Fredder. I'll give a little history. First off is Highland. Highland Superstores, that was founded in Highland Park, Michigan. Also, Fredder was found in Detroit. So Highland Park was outside of Michigan. And I think it's inside the city. Yeah. It's like, like Norridge, here in Harbor Heights in Chicago. Believe it or not, it was founded in 1933. And the man's name was Harry Mondry. And in the 1970s, the chain had about 18 stores, and their headquarters was in Plymouth, Michigan. Later on, it expanded, and then it came to the Chicagoland area. And it went public in 1985. And I remember, do you remember the commercials? They were funny like that. Also, Fredder was like that too. So that lasted through the early 90s. They had trouble with finances, and then that didn't work out. So they filed for Chapter 11 in August 1992, and then it closed in 1993. So I found an old ad, and let's see. Yes, there were some locations in the Chicagoland area, so I'm going to read off where they were. There was in Arlington Heights, Bloomingdale, Burbank. There was the address was 8146 South Cicero. I remember that. So I think that was like near. I think it was like in Scottsdale. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Scottsdale, or it was across the street. I'm not sure. Probably near Toys R Us. Or by Madison Steakhouse. We used to be Bonanza. I think it was there. They had two in location in Chicago. One was on Belmont and Ashland, and also 87th and Dan Ryan. And then Downers Grove, Evanston, Hoffman Estates in Crest Hill, Lansing, Lombard, Madison, Melrose Park, Morton Grove, Lawrence and Harlem, North Riverside Mall, Vernon Hills, West Dundee, and of course there was one in Maryville at the South Lake Mall. Okay, so I'm going to play a commercial for Highland Superstores. This is from the 1980s, and then when I come back, I will discuss Fredder. So here we go.
Presenting sheer madness, the Highland Appliance Midnight Madness Sale. Wednesday only till midnight, every Highland store will go raving mad with shocking reductions of 5 to 40% on everything in every store. Like this 100% solid-state 19-inch color portable TV for just $259. Save $110. Highland's Midnight Madness Sale. Get there by midnight before the curtain falls.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial. Oh, that took me back. Believe it or not, I found an old receipt from Highland Superstores. I forgot what I bought. I have to go up and look. I didn't see the item. Can't believe I kept that. And I think my family bought a VCR there. I think we did. We had about several at the time. First one we bought was at the Video King store that was located in Oak Lawn on 95th Street. And they were a good store, very independently owned. And so, Highland, a lot of people, forgot about that, but they remember the commercials. So if you want to see commercials, they're on YouTube. Help yourself. Okay, next up, we talk about Fredder and give you a little history of that. And also, that was found in Detroit, Michigan as well, as I said before. And the man's name was Oliver Ollie Fredder. And this was found in the 1950s. And he was very well known in the Detroit area. And his commercial said, "I'll give you 5 pounds of coffee if I can beat your best deal." That was funny. He was yelling. So he gave away 1 pound, pounds cans of coffee that had been relabeled net weight 5 pounds. Isn't that something? And, it reminds me of Polk Brothers. That's what that's that store. So, it was it became very popular. Then it opened in Chicago, then also as well. And believe it or not, Ollie Freder also bought Silo Electronics. You remember that was from Marshall Fields, and he bought that in 1993. That was after went out of business. So Best Buy came after Highland Superstores and Freder closed, and then we had Circuit City, and they were in competition. Then Circuit City went out of business, but I heard they're going to come back, which would be great. Okay, so that closed as well. So, and also Silo closed. I remember that. And Ollie Freder died on June 29th, 2014, at the age of 91. So I remember seeing the store, but I don't think I ever bought anything there. I don't think so. So I also have locations of that store. So I'm going to read that off. Okay. Here we go. And they were located in Aurora, Calumet City, Highland Park, Niles, and Orland Park at the and Bloomingdale. Also, you know what? It was also in Chicago. It was at 8001 South Cicero Avenue, right near Highland Superstores. Yeah, isn't that something? And it was also in Madison, in Oakbrook, and also in Schaumburg. So that's something. Now, I'm going to play a commercial for Freder. Another commercial, and this is the Freder Zone. Do you remember that? So this is... Both commercials are from the 1980s. So right now, here is the commercial for Freder Electronics, the Freder Zone. Enjoy, everybody.
It's a typical Friday, or is it? Caution as you enter the Freder Zone. It's Moonlight Madness at Freder, Friday for 12 hours only.
Experience the savings on this compact-sized microwave oven, $127. See the savings on this 19-inch color portable TV, $175.
Moonlight Madness at Freder, Friday only from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Only in the Freder Zone.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial. That was spooky. The Freder Zone, of course, it's from the Twilight Zone. It's funny because these type of stores that were in competition also with Silo, with electronics, because VCRs came out, and then the compact disc players came as well. I don't remember where the first one we bought. It was not the portable one, it was the big one, so they were cool. And then you started buying CDs, and I did that. I still have my CD collection. I don't want to sell them. I don't know why. I heard they're making a comeback. That's what I heard. Just like vinyl. That'd be great. That'd be kind of cool. Also, before these stores opened, there was also Polk Brothers, and they had appliances. Also, Highland and Freder sold appliances. They sold televisions, washer and dryers, stoves, refrigerators. They sold those as well, like Polk Brothers, But they did those sales gimmicks also with the salesmen that hover around. They watch you like a hawk. They did that. I don't remember when I went to Highland. I don't remember seeing that. Polk Brothers, of course, they did. But it's a shame because they were wonderful stores. Right now, we still have Best Buy right now. And, if you want appliances like a new refrigerator or washer dryer, we usually you go to Sears, because they have wonderful products. Now that's gone. You can't go there, which is a shame. I heard there's Sears Home Center, but I don't know if they're around in Chicago. I haven't seen them. That sold mainly appliances. But it's a shame, But you either go to Lowe's or Best Buy now. or like an independent store. They're not that many now, so that's a shame. Okay, so that'd be all for the show today. I discussed my post from last week on Van Chicagoland's Facebook page, also Highland Superstores and Fredder Electronic Stores. A lot of people send me messages and say, where can I find your podcast? I neglect to say that. I apologize. I always have to, but I should say that on every program from now on. So you can find my podcasts on any podcast app, whatever is available. Like, for example, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher, I believe. Also, I have a YouTube channel of the same name, Van Chicagoland Stories. You can go to YouTube, do a search. You can watch or listen. It'd be like just listen to a radio. Also, it's also my blog if you like, but it just takes you to the links. So they're available. You have questions, please comment. They're available. But most people, they do have phones, but they don't listen to podcasts. Maybe they like to listen on a desktop. Maybe it's easier that way or comfortable. I agree with that. I like that. But they're available on those, and I hope you enjoy them, because I posted something yesterday and I told all 133 episodes are available. Take your pick. And I'm doing very well with them. In the beginning I sound a little sketchy, nervous. I still am, but I'm much better now as time progresses. Okay, so this is Pico Stans. This is episode 134 of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you again for joining me. I will do another program probably this weekend, and I'll give you an update on my health, after tomorrow. I'll probably tell you by then in the weekend. So everyone have a good day. And bye-bye for now for me. And here's Ray Rayner saying bye-bye for now with a little traveling music. Take care, everybody. So long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.